In module 1, we have defined Green's function. We have also obtained Green's function solution of Laplace equation. In module 2 of chapter 8, we shall derive the particular expression for Green's function to solve Dirichlet problems in half space and in a circle. In addition to Laplace problem, we shall also derive Green's function solution of wave equation. First, we shall derive the expression for Green's function of Laplace equation in half space. For the derivation, we are going to the slide presentation. To describe the Dirichlet problem in a half space, we consider the half space x greater equals to 0, where x varies from 0 to infinity, y and z lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. So, in this problem we have to find the value of the unknown function u, where u satisfies the Laplacian equation Laplace square u equals to 0, where x greater equals to 0 and u equals to some known function f, which is function of y z on the boundary x equals to 0. And we also have the bounded solution, that means u tends to 0 as x tends to infinity. Now we want to solve this problem using the method of Green's function. So, in this method we need to construct a function g, which is known as Green's function, which is function of two vectors r and xi, such that number 1, g equals to h plus 1 by mod r minus xi. Number 2, the function h is such that it is harmonic in xi space. Therefore, del 2 del xi square plus del 2 del eta square plus del 2 del zeta square operating on h must be equals to 0. And there is third condition on Green's function, which is the value of the Green's function g is equal to 0 on the boundary, and for this case the boundary is x equals to 0. Therefore, on x equals to 0, g equals to 0. Now, let us consider r a fixed point in the xy plane and which is denoted by the point P, and xi is a variable point in the space, and xi has the component xi eta zeta, and which is the point Q. Now, we want to find the value or the expression for Green's function using the method of image. For that, we consider a point P dash having position vector rho be such that it is image of the point P about the plane x equals to 0. So, if we see the figure, corresponding figure, so this is xyz plane and the boundary of the space is x equals to 0 and the Laplacian equation is defined in the space where x is greater than equals to 0. So, in the space x greater than equals to 0, P is a fixed point having position vector small r, and Q is a variable point in that space having position vector xi, and we have considered P dash with position vector rho such that P dash is the image of the point P about the plane x equals to 0. Now, with this choice of P dash, we choose the expression for the function capital H as capital H equals to minus 1 divided by mod rho minus xi. So, if we choose this condition, the expression for capital G becomes capital G is equals to minus 1 by mod rho minus xi plus 1 by mod r minus xi. Now, with this particular choice of capital H, the value of capital G becomes 0 on x equals to 0 because the value of mod rho minus xi is equals to the value of mod r minus xi on the plane x equals to 0. In addition to that, this expression for capital H will satisfy the Laplacian equation which is given by condition number 2 in this slide. That means Laplace square H is equals to 0 for this particular choice of capital H. Therefore, we can take the expression for Green's function for this particular problem as capital G is equals to 1 by mod r minus xi minus 1 by mod rho minus xi. Now, we have obtained the expression for Green's function. To find the value of u or the solution of Laplace equation in terms of Green's function can be written as u r equals to minus 1 by 4 pi surface integration of u del g del n ds. Now, we have obtained the expression for capital G and del n represent the normal derivative of g on the surface S and the direction of the normal is outward direction to the surface S. So, for this case the surface is x equals to 0. Therefore, del n is nothing but minus del xi. So, the value of the integration becomes 1 by 4 pi integration minus infinity to plus infinity, integration minus infinity to plus infinity f del xi of, this is the expression for 1 by mod r minus xi minus 1 divided by square root of 1 plus xi square plus y minus eta square plus z minus zeta square. This represent the quantity 1 by mod rho minus xi d eta d zeta. So, this is the solution where f eta zeta is the value of the function u on the surface S. So, after simplification it becomes u r equals to x by 2 pi. Here you have to remember that we have to find the value of del g del n on the surface S. That means in the last line we have to find the derivative of del zeta of the expression which is written in curly bracket on the surface x equals to 0, means it is to be computed at the value or at the point xi equals to 0. So, after simplification the expression for u becomes u equals to x by 2 pi double integration f eta zeta by x square plus y minus eta square plus z minus zeta square whole to the power 3 by 2, which is given by equation number 1. Thus, we can obtain the solution of Laplace equation in half space using the concept of Green's function. Now, we are going to solve the Laplace equation in a circle. Here we are also trying to find solution of Dirichlet problem. That means the value of the unknown function u is given on the boundary of the domain of this function. So, we consider 2 points. P is a fixed point in the circle. So, if we see this figure, P is a fixed point inside the circle having position r theta, and Q is a variable point inside the circle. It is denoted by xi and phi. So, these are the polar coordinates of the 2 points. And P dash, now we choose a point P dash such that it is inverse point of the point P with respect to the circle such that OP into OP dash equals to a square. So, this is definition of inverse point of a point with respect to a circle. Therefore, from this definition we can find the polar coordinates of P dash as a square by r theta. Now, we construct Green's function for this particular problem as g equals to h plus log of 1 by mod r minus xi. And we also choose the expression for capital H such that h equals to log of r p dash q by a. Now, we shall derive the expression for p dash q. So, for that we have to go back to the figure. So, from this figure you can see the value of p dash q square is equal to OQ square plus OP square minus OQ into OP into cos of angle between OP and OQ, which is for this case is phi minus theta. So, we have written that expression here, P dash q square is equal to this. Now, if we put the values of OQ, which is xi square, and OP dash is a to the power 4 by r square minus 2 into OQ is xi, OP dash is a square by r into cos phi minus theta. So, value of r square P dash q square is, so we multiply the expression by r square. So, it becomes xi square r square plus a to the power 4 minus 2 xi r square cos phi minus theta. Then we divide the expression by a square. So, we get the value of r square P dash q square by r square as xi square r square by a square plus a square minus 2 xi r cos phi minus theta. Now, if we take the square root of that expression and we obtain the expression for capital H as capital H is equal to half of log xi square by a square plus a square minus 2 xi r cos phi minus theta. Now, with this expression for theta, we can verify easily that Laplace square of h is equal to 0. And with this choice of h, the expression for capital G becomes log of r p dash q by a into pq. And you can check that on the circle, that means for r equals to a, the expression for G becomes G equals to log of r. For r equals to a, the p dash q becomes pq. So, those two factors cancel out and the factor within the log becomes 1. That means the value of G becomes 0 on r equals to a. Therefore, with this choice of G, it satisfies the condition G equals to 0 on the boundary of the region. Again, we want to obtain the value or the expression for PQ. So, for that we use the geometry. So, value of PQ square is equal to value of OQ square plus OP square minus 2 into OQ into OP into cos of phi minus theta. So, it is written here. So, G equals to half of, so if we use the expression for PQ here and we have already obtained the expression for P dash Q in the previous slide, here you can get the expression for P dash Q and here we obtain the expression for PQ. So, if we substitute those values here, the expression for G becomes half ln a square plus r square xi square by a square minus 2 r xi cos phi minus theta divided by r square plus xi square minus 2 r xi cos phi minus theta. Now, on the circle, del G del n is equal to del del xi of g, because in this case our boundary is a circle. So, outward drawn normal is in the direction of xi. So, del del n is equivalent to del del xi. So, del g del n at xi equals to a is equal to del del xi of g at xi equals to a, and it can be computed from the derived expression from of g, and its value becomes r square minus a square divided by a into a square minus 2ar cos phi minus theta plus r square. Now, the solution of Laplace equation in 2D can be written in terms of Green's function as u r is equal to minus 1 divided by 2 pi. This is the double integration of u del del n of g ds, and we have found the value of del g del n in the last slide. This is the expression for del g del n on the circle xi equals to a. So, you substitute that expression here, and we have to substitute the value of u on the surface, bounding surface. That means, we have to substitute the value of u on the circle. So, if that is given as small f, then u at r theta can be written as a square minus r square by 2 pi a integration 0 to 2 pi f phi d phi by a square minus 2a r cos phi minus theta plus r square. In this section, we shall solve wave equation using Green's function. First of all, we shall prove Helmholtz theorem. Then we shall solve space form of wave equation using appropriate Green's function. Now, for derivation, we have to go to the slide presentation. Now, I am going to state Helmholtz theorem. It says that let ur be a function of r possessing continuous partial derivatives of first and second order in a region V, which is bounded by the closed surface S, and this u satisfies the Helmholtz equation Laplace square plus c square operating on u equals to 0, then surface integral of 1 by 4 pi exponential of I c mod r minus xi divided by mod r minus xi into del u del n minus u del del n of exponential I c mod r minus xi divided by mod r minus xi is equal to ur if r is a point in the region V, and the value of this expression is 0 if r is outside the region V. First, we shall prove this theorem. Let ur be the solution of the Helmholtz equation, which is written here Laplace square u plus c square u equals to 0. And we also assume that all singularities of u lies outside the region V, and we take the expression for u dash as e to the power I c mod r minus xi divided by mod r minus xi. Now, this is famous Green's theorem. Now, in this theorem, we substitute this particular expression for u dash, then equation 5 becomes volume integral of u Laplace square u dash minus u dash Laplace square u is equal to, it becomes volume integral V. So, here we are substituting the expression for u dash, which I have written in the last slide. So, if you substitute that, then Laplace square of this is minus c square into exponential function, and this is the same function. So, these two functions cancel out and the value of the volume integral becomes 0. So, if we go back to equation 5, then left hand side becomes 0 and the right hand side is surface integral of u del n of e to the power I c mod r minus xi by mod r minus xi minus e to the power I c mod r minus xi by mod r minus xi into del u del n. Now, if P is a point outside V, then value of mod r minus z zeta is not equals to 0. So, this is defined and the value of this surface integral is 0. But if P is a point inside V, then let P is a point inside V, then we encircle the point with a sphere and the region is denoted by capital sigma and the surface of the sphere is denoted by small sigma. Then we can apply the Green's theorem in the region V minus sigma. So, the left hand side of that theorem will become 0 for the region. So, if we call back equation 5, the left hand side will be 0 for the region V minus sigma and the right hand side will be the surface integral over the surface which is the boundary of V minus sigma. That means, this surface integral is to be evaluated in the surface S union small sigma. So, for that case it becomes surface integral over S union sigma of the quantity u del n of this minus u dash del u del n is equal to 0. Now, for this case on sigma, remember that sigma is the surface of the sphere and we also assume the radius of the sphere is epsilon. So, del n of this expression is equal to n is the outward normal to the surface sigma. So, for this case it is del epsilon. So, if we compute this, its value is I c minus 1 by epsilon into e to the power I c epsilon by epsilon. So, this epsilon is nothing but mod of r minus xi. So, that you can see here. So, it becomes finally I c minus 1 by mod r minus xi into e to the power I c mod r minus xi by mod r minus xi. And from 6 means or from this equation from 6 you can see the value of the expression u del n of u dash minus u dash into del u del n over the surface S equals to minus of surface integral over sigma I c minus 1 by mod r minus xi u minus del u del n of u dash. Now, we want to simplify the expression in the right hand side of equation 7. Now, on sigma u xi is equal to u r plus order of epsilon term and del u del n at the point xi equals to del u del n at the point r plus order of epsilon terms, and on sigma we can write elementary surface as ds is equal to epsilon square sin theta d theta d phi. So, if we substitute this in this expression in the right hand side of equation 7, it becomes, which you can see in this slide, surface integral over sigma I c minus 1 by mod r minus xi u r plus order of epsilon minus del u del n at the point P or r minus 1 by epsilon into this is u dash term into ds, this is epsilon square sin theta d theta d phi. Now, among this term we want to keep the term which is of order epsilon. First we want to take the 0th order term, then the order of epsilon terms. So, after simplification from this term, you can see that the 0th order term is integration over sigma u sin theta d theta d phi, and the rest terms are of order of epsilon. Therefore, it can be written as, again on sigma we know the value of theta and phi. Theta varies from 0 to pi, phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. So, after integration it becomes minus 4 pi, and the rest of the terms are of order epsilon. So, if we take epsilon tends to 0, then we can get the left hand side of the integration in this term. The left hand side is the surface integral over S, and the right hand side we just obtained, its value is minus 4 pi u plus order of epsilon term. So, if we equate these two terms and taking epsilon tends to 0 limit, we can find the value of ur as this, which is famous Helmholtz equation, and if r is outside V, its value is 0. So, in this way we can prove Helmholtz theorem. Now, we want to introduce Green's function for Helmholtz equation. So, for that the function g has to satisfy the following conditions. It will satisfy the Helmholtz equation, which is written in 1, and also g is a finite and continuous with respect to both the variables r and xi. So, we can replace the exponential term by g in equation 8. So, if you observe equation 8, we are replacing this term by g. So, the expression becomes ur equals to 1 by 4 pi surface integral of g del u del n minus u del g del n ds. So, in this equation you can observe that to find the value of u, we need to find the value of both u and its normal derivative on the surface. But to minimize that condition, we choose Green's function. So, in Green's function we choose g in such a way that the value of g is equal to 0 on the surface. Therefore, the above equation reduces to the form u equals to minus 1 by 4 pi surface integral of u del g del n. So, with this choice of g, we obtain that g will satisfy the Helmholtz equation. G is a finite and continuous with respect to the variables r and xi, and g is equal to 0 on the surface S. Therefore, g is the appropriate Green's function for the Helmholtz equation. Now, we want to find the particular expression for Green's function for this particular problem. So, in this problem, our region or the surface is given by z equals to 0, and Helmholtz equation is valid in the half space z greater than equals to 0. We want to solve this problem choosing appropriate Green's function. Again, we shall use the image method to find the Green's function. For that, here we are assuming P is a particular point in the half space and P dash is the image. So, this is our region where we want to find the Green's function z greater equals to 0. P is a particular point in this space and P dash is the image of P with respect to the plane z equals to 0. So, if P has Cartesian coordinates x, y, z, then P dash must have Cartesian coordinates x, y minus z. And we also assume Q is a variable point in that space, in the space z greater than equals to 0, and xi vector is equal to xi eta zeta. And you can verify that if Q lies on the plane z equals to 0, then mod of rho minus xi is equal to mod of r minus xi, and the expression for g, which in this case we are assuming in the form e to the power ic mod r minus xi divided by mod r minus xi minus e to the power ic mod rho minus xi divided by mod rho minus xi, where rho is the image of r with respect to the plane z equals to 0. So, on the boundary z equals to 0, mod of rho minus xi equals to mod of r minus xi. So, value of g becomes 0 on z equals to 0. Also, on the boundary z equals to 0, del g del n is equals to del g minus del g del xi on del g del zeta on zeta equals to 0, and we can obtain the expression for mod r minus xi, which is in terms of Cartesian coordinates. It is written here, and we can also find the value of mod rho minus zeta xi, that equals to square root of x minus xi square plus y minus zeta square plus z plus zeta square, and we can obtain the value of minus del g del zeta at zeta equals to 0. It can be calculated. It is very easy to compute, so we can compute that, and after simplification you can get the value of this expression as 2 into del del z of e to the power ic r by capital R, where we have assumed capital R square as x minus xi square plus y minus zeta square plus z square. Therefore, the value of u at R is equal to minus 1 by 2 pi del del z of double integration of f e to the power ICR by R d xi d eta, and we obtain this expression after substituting the value of, from here we obtain that from equation 9. Here we have substituted the value of del g del n, and here we have also used the value of u on the surfaces, which is f for this problem. So, this is our required solution. Thus, in module 2 of chapter 8, we have derived the expression of Green's function for Laplace equation in two different geometries. Those are half space and in a circle. We have also derived the Green's function solution of wave equation. We also derived the expression of Green's function for heat equation in half space. Apart from that, it is also possible to find the expression of Green's function or the Green's function solution of heat equation. The derivation is available in e-text. It is to be noted that the expression for Green's function depends on the equation and boundary condition and also the geometry of the problem. Now we end this module.